Dear students, welcome to digital learning. We are beginning the online classes after a gap of few weeks, and in the subject auditing, we have almost completed the 4th chapter except one session, and today this is the 13th session of this unit, and by this I will conclude this chapter, that is verification and valuation of the assets and liabilities. So here in this 13th session, I will be discussing about auditor's duty in regard to verification of liability. See, it is emphasized, means auditor's duty in regard to verification of liabilities is emphasized in case of Westminster Road Construction and Engineering Company Limited. In this case, it was emphasized. In this case, the auditor was liable for non-disclosure of certain liabilities in the balance sheet. So, the auditor was held responsible. He was liable for non-disclosure of certain liabilities in the balance sheet. So, it is his duty. It was held that auditor was liable for omission of liabilities from the balance sheet. From the balance sheet, some of the liabilities were omitted, and for that, auditor was held liable. If such liabilities could be detected by the application of the care and skill, reasonable care and skill. If the auditor can detect the omitted liabilities by application of his reasonable care and also skill, and even though he can do it, he has not done that. He has not applied the reasonable care and skill, and the balance sheet was, or from the balance sheet certain liabilities are audited, then he will be held responsible. So he was held in this case responsible because of this. Let us discuss the auditor's duty in regard to verification of liabilities point by point. First of all, see that auditors should see that all the liabilities of the business have been included in the balance sheet. Balance sheet should include each and every liability. None of the liabilities are omitted. You should see that it is not omitted. None of the liabilities are omitted. Next, see that even contingent liabilities have been shown by way of footnote in the balance sheet. Even if there is a contingent liability which may occur on the happening of some event or non-happening of some event, such liabilities should also be included. For example, preference dividend. Preference dividend, it is a contingent liability. Okay. Certain other similar cases of liabilities are there. They are contingent liabilities. No transaction took place. If it is declared and it gets due, it becomes a liability. Otherwise, it is not a liability. So, such liability should be shown as a footnote. Next one, see that amount of the liabilities shown in the balance sheet are correctly arrived at in accordance with GAAP. Andre, liabilities, whatever liabilities we write in the balance sheet should be arrived in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. Generally accepted accounting principles ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ arrive ಆದ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನ್ ಆದಂತಹ liabilities ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. It is neither overstated nor understated. Liabilities overstate ಆಗಬಾರದು, understate ಆಗಬಾರದು. Get a certificate from some responsible official of the client's business as to the correctness of the liabilities shown in the balance sheet. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಯಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸರಿ ಇದೆ ಎಂಬುದಕ್ಕೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಎಂಬುದಕ್ಕೆ, ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ a certificate from the responsible official of the business. ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ನ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಪನಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಇಂದ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು, ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಸೆಟ್ಗಳು ಲಯಾಬಿಲಿಟಿಗಳು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಲೈ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್, ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಂಬಿಕೊಂಡಿರಬಾರದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ, ಈ ಶುಡ್ ಸಿ ದಟ್ all the liabilities in the balance sheet relate to the business. So each and every liabilities should be relating to the business. ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಅವನು ನಡೆಸುವಂತ ಅವನು ಯಾವ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ನ ಯಾವ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೋ ಆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಮ್. See that all the liabilities are properly authorized by some responsible officials of the concern. So you should see that all the liabilities are properly authorized by some responsible officials of the concern. Each and every liability which is shown in the balance sheet should be authorized by some officials of the concern. ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಥರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರಬೇಕು, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹಾಕಬಾರ್ದು. 7th one, see that liabilities are properly classified and disclosed in the balance sheet. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್. ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕುವಂತಹ ಯಾವುದೇ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇರಲಿ, ಅದರ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ we should classify it accordingly, properly and disclose it in the balance sheet. Next one is, last one is, see that the liabilities shown in the balance sheet reflect the true position of the liabilities of the business. Whatever liabilities which you show in the balance sheet, it should reflect the correct position, true position. No false entries should be there, no false amount should be there. It should reflect only the true position of the liabilities of the business. Business in a true position alli display agbeku, alli reflect agbeku. So these are the things. These are the 8 duties of an auditor with regard to verification of liabilities. Thank you for listening to the class. By this we have completed the 4th chapter. From the next session onwards, we will begin the last chapter, that is 5th chapter in the subject auditing. Okay, thank you for listening to the